Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now, a long time ago, we brought you some footage of a game called Hidden Through Time. And that's a hidden puzzle game where you go around the map trying to uncover specific objects. It's sort of like the Where's Waldo books from a long time ago that people of a certain age might remember. But it was a fun game. I enjoyed it, my wife enjoyed it, and we played it a lot with my son when he was really little. Well, the developers are back with Hidden Through Time 2, Myths and Magic. And we thought we would bring you our review of this new version of the game. Now, we played the first one on the PC. This one has been released on the PC and all the consoles. So I specifically asked if we could try the console version, because I always kind of wondered how it would be with a controller instead of a mouse. So one of the first things that they've changed in the game is they've added a campaign mode. So now when you start a specific time period,
Arabia.
You get this.
These beautiful lands are full of history, culture, and riveting tales and legends. Scheherazade knows them all, and here at the palace, she tells the Sultan one of her stories every night. Let's listen in.
Alright, so I'm going to skip the tutorial because, as I said, we're quite familiar with the game, and the differences between the first and second game are not dramatic. So let's just skip through the tutorial. Yep, we can always replay it later, I understand. So the idea is at the bottom of the screen, you'll see different items you have to find on the map. So on the PC, the scroll wheel controlled the zoom in and out. On the consoles, right now, the triggers control it. And as always, if you click on the buildings, or the tents, or various places around the map, it will open it up so that you can see inside it. And things can be hidden inside treasure chests, and boxes, and cabinets inside the buildings. So it can get a little tricky trying to find things. So the first thing we're going to do here is find this guy. And if you hover over it, it gives you a clue. He was invited to eat with his cousins. So, this is a duck, so we need to find the duck's cousins. Well, look, there's some birds here, and there is the duck. So you click on the duck, and you found him, and he turns light blue. So it's very simple. The mechanics of the game, really easy. Anybody can do it. But don't be fooled. Just because the mechanics are easy doesn't mean the game is easy. Some of these are really hard to find. And that can be a little frustrating for younger kids, so it's a good game to play with them. And you may notice this little sparkly thing over here. Well, this is new. If you click on this, you see up in the upper right-hand corner, you've now unlocked a secret hidden item. That secret hidden item is on the first map of each time period, and there's no hint to what it is. So now, most of the maps in this time period will have that hidden item located somewhere on them. If we switch to a different time period, there's a different hidden item. So it's a little something extra for those of you who don't want clues and like the challenge. You also may notice, on the right-hand side of the screen, that little lock with a 2 out of 3. That tells you how many items you have to find on each map to progress to the next map. And in case you're wondering, yes, the hidden item does count towards it. So, the next item we're looking for is a white cat. And the clue is, what about my bedtime story? Now, I haven't seen him here, but if you click on this screen, look at that, it moves, and it reveals our hidden white cat. Down, boy, don't eat that. That's a link of sausages. So we click here to show the kitchen, and there's the dog, and right next to the dog, we have sausages. Now, another new mechanic in the game is that each map has 2 states. It could be 2 different seasons, it could be day-night. In the PlayStation version, it's triggered by hitting the triangle button. So the banana here, on this map, is only found on the daylight version of the map. It's right over here, in this chest. But you see, up in the corner of the clue, is a little icon that shows you which version of the map that item can be found in. So right now we're looking for a little monkey that's only found in daylight. And he is hiding up here in this little spire. And we finish the map and we can move on to the next level.
Sinbad the Sailor is known for his fantastical voyages and for his many misadventures. He and his band of hungry sailors must have thought they were lucky finding such a large egg for their breakfast. But they'll quickly realize their mistake.
Now, some clues can only be found in one version of the map, some can only be found in the others, and there's a couple, if you look down at the clues, that have both icons. Those can be found in either version of the map. And up in the right-hand corner, you can see that secret item, again, is waiting to be found. Alright, so, now that you know the basic mechanics of the game, let me tell you a little bit more about my experience. So, as I said at the beginning of the episode, my whole family really enjoyed Hidden Through Time, so we were very excited that there was going to be a second one. Unfortunately, I ended up being very disappointed. And I've been trying to put my finger on what exactly it is that led to this feeling. And I do like the dynamic maps, and that you can only find some of the clues in some versions of the map. And I love the characters and the animated style of the game. It's maintained that same playfulness that made the first game so enjoyable. Now the campaign, the voiceovers, and the storylines that you progress through, they didn't do much for me. I mean, they didn't take away from my enjoyment of the game, but personally, I felt they added nothing. Now, I've played through and completed the entire game. Finding all the hidden objects, getting all the achievements. I've 100%ed the game, and it took about 7 hours. And the thing I noticed is that it felt shorter than the first game. Each time period felt like it had fewer maps, and each map felt like it had fewer items to find. And the numbers back that up. I've spent 13 plus hours on the first game, and I still haven't found everything. I've also noticed, and other people have commented about this, that Hidden Through Time 2 just seems harder. It's almost like the developers seem to think they could get away with putting in less items if they made them harder to find. And that took away a lot of the enjoyment for me too. Now, one area where there's been a huge improvement between the two games is in the map creator. So one of the nice features about this game is after you've played through it, you can create your own maps, and you can post them online, and you can download other people's maps. So that gives the game an extended life. I found the tools in the first game were okay. They were a little clunky. They got the job done. But the map editor in Hidden Through Time 2 has taken it to a whole new level, and it really, really shines here. I can't say enough about how much better that is. Unfortunately, that feeling didn't carry through to the core game itself. And that leaves me with a bit of a conundrum about whether or not to recommend it. If you liked the first Hidden Through Time, you know what? You'll probably like Hidden Through Time 2 as well. Is it worth the money? That's a really hard question to answer. Because in a lot of ways, this felt more like DLC than a whole nother game. And if you haven't played the Hidden Through Time series and you've watched this video and you think it looks like fun, I think you'd be better served buying the first Hidden Through Time. I think you'd get more enjoyment out of it and more bang for your buck. But I think that's going to do it for our review of Hidden Through Time 2. If you're enjoying seeing new game reviews on the channel, please hit that like button to let us know, and we'll keep bringing you more of them. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. It helps us to grow the channel, and you never miss an episode of content. We'll be back soon with more videos for you guys.
adventurous.
Thanks for watching.